Day, everybody. It is Calxiyn here. If you guys enjoyed this video, you should subscribe for more Animal Crossing videos. What we are going to do today is I have the Sanrio cards, and what I'm going to do is basically explain to you guys how they work, but this is mostly going to be a video for people that have the cards, and I'm going to show off like my planning process for receiving the cards. Now, there are some important things to note. Number one, something very important is that you cannot adopt Sanrio villagers unless you have the cards. I don't even know if you can do it even if you have the cards. You can't adopt them from somebody else's island as far as I know. This also goes for cataloging items. You won't be able to have the items in your catalog unless you have the Sanrio cards. And so that's two things, is that you can't adopt the villagers and you also cannot have the items in your catalog. But say I were to bring over to you a chair. I haven't seen the items yet, so I don't know. Let's just say it's a Hello Kitty chair, okay? I can go to your island and give that to you, and you can keep it, but you just can't go into your catalog and buy any more. So that is how it works. So if you do have a friend, you can get some of the furniture, but you would only have the one chair that they give you. You wouldn't be able to buy as many chairs as you want. Also, while I'm editing this video right now, it's also occurring to me that a lot of my villagers are actually going to be in boxes. And so even though I cannot give you the Sanrio villagers because they cannot be adopted by you, Meringue, Sherb, Audie, and Marina are all going to be in boxes. So if you guys want to coordinate with me on all that, you guys should join my Discord server and we can talk about all of that. I would like them to go to nice homes with my nice subscribers. So keep that in mind. And then I think that I could also help you guys get some of the items, because like I already said, you can't catalog the items, but if I bring you some of the items, I think that you'll be able to keep them, and so that's an option as well. But here's what I'm gonna do. So we're gonna basically talk about how I am going to use the cards in my planning process for the cards. So the first thing that you're gonna wanna do is, instead of inviting all the characters to the campsite right away, if you just wanna buy the items, I think on the very first day that you should get the cards, you should actually go to Harvey's Island, and then you can scan all the cards in there, because that'll basically unlock them all at once instead of you having to wait. So now that we are in Harv Studio, I'm just gonna grab the cards that are in front of me, and I'm going to start to do the amiibo process. And so you guys can see we have Toby, and it's really, really easy. They're just popping in right there. Then we're going to have Chelsea is right there. We have Chia right there. And so I'm not moving just because I can't hold the controller or move around the controller and do the cards at the same time. So I'm just grabbing them and then putting them in the game. Very, very easy. And so this is how you can summon all of them at once, basically. This is how that you can get them all in one room together and unlock all the items at the same time. Now, this one is not cooperating. This is the one for Rilla, and I think it's just because, I don't think it's because the device is not an amiibo. I think it's just because there was no room for her there. So if you have that issue, try to at least move around afterwards. But yeah, that is everyone. We have all the villagers in this one room, and now if we go ahead and maybe want to check the catalog in our Nook shopping app, we should be able to go over here, and then in promotion you will see the Hello Kitty bed and everything else. And so this is a very easy way to unlock all the items if you do have the cards. But there's something that I'm going to be talking about, and that is in terms of actual villagers, inviting them to your island and doing everything like that. But yeah, if you guys want to see before we go, this is a close-up of all our friends. Toby's in the background though a little bit. And so I'm not going to invite all of these villagers to my island though. So let me explain that part. So this is personally some stuff that I did in preparation for my Sanrio cards. And what I mean by preparation, I guess, is that it's gonna be a big moving process, especially if you have villagers that you like and want to keep, and you need to decide who you want to basically replace. And so here's what I did. Some people may do it based off of aesthetics, but I did mine based on like personality type. There are 8 personality types in the game, but there are 10 villager slots, so you are gonna have duplicates. I even had duplicates, right? Meringue and Marina were both normal, but I had them, and then Sherb and Bo were both lazy, but I have them too, right? And so I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't replacing any villagers to lose a personality type. So I kept Angus because she's sisterly, I kept Roald because he's a jock, Fang because he's cranky, and then Judy. And I love all those villagers too, so that wasn't the only deciding factor, but those 4 villagers specifically do not have any overlap with the Sanrio cards. Whereas Chelsea, for example, is normal, but so is Marina, right? And so that's how I decided. Now, some people may do it based on aesthetics, like maybe you want an all pastel island, so you would invite Chia and Eloette and keep Judy and Sherb. Like maybe you wouldn't replace Sherb, right? If you wanted something like that. Or you wouldn't replace Meringue, but then you wouldn't invite Toby because he's not really pastel. Like he's basically like bright yellow, right? And so depending on all that, you may have a different method. But what I would recommend is going into Photoshop. I don't know what the free like Windows Photoshop equivalent is, but either way, you could even do this on a piece of paper. Just write down the villagers and then their personality types and then the Sanrio villagers and their personality types and basically decide which ones you want to replace. That is what I did. Now, personally, I won't be inviting Toby because I already have a smug villager in Julian, and I don't really want to get rid of Julian, right? And so to invite them both, I would have to get rid of Julian just because I wouldn't have a variety of personality types otherwise. Like, say, like Angus, for example. Like, if I replaced Angus with Toby, I would have 2 smug villagers, but I want to keep Julian, right? So I would have to take out Julian. Whereas Rilla, I guess I could take out Bo because he's also like lazy and we already have a lazy villager, but she kind of scares me. So I'm not going to invite her. I just am going to invite the 4 out of the pack. So after you're done doing that, I would make another visual just of the villagers that you're gonna have by the end. Make sure you're okay with this. It looks good to me. We're not missing anyone. And so again, Sherb, Meringue, Audie, and Marina are going to be leaving, but the other villagers that I had before, they are going to be staying. Now, the last thing that I would recommend you guys doing if you're in a similar position as me is pulling up the map and deciding where you want everyone's houses to go. Obviously, again, this is very like, it's just in Photoshop, it's nothing serious, you can do this on a piece of paper, but if you've seen my town, I have 2 rivers running this way and then 1 river running this way. Roald is where Julian is right now. Marina and Meringue are where the new 2 Sanrio villagers are, and then Bo and Audie are actually up here where Judy is. Judy is where Angus is. Fang is in the same place he was before, and then I'm moving Roald over there. And so if you guys haven't seen my island, this probably doesn't make a lot of sense to you, but I would recommend that if you are like moving your villagers already, you also consider like where you want their houses to be placed, because I'm basically also redoing my island. Like the museum is where the wedding area is, but I want to take the wedding area out of this area and put the gardens there instead. Like I'm basically redesigning my whole island as we speak right now, and so this is probably how it's gonna be, and I'll show you guys how it currently is. Let's go back into the game. I'll show you guys how it currently is just by for a sort of side by side, right? So you guys can see how my island looks right now, and so you guys can sort of see, right, the museum is where I want the wedding stuff to go. If that sounds confusing, you guys don't need to do all this. You can just move them in and figure that out all later, but I'm personally going to be doing that because I think that it'll be easier for me. So again, just to reiterate, I would do a list of my villagers and decide who I want to swap out with who. After that, I would look at the configuration that you'll have and make sure that all of that is okay, and then I would sort of decide like where you want their houses to go and stuff like that. The other thing that I would recommend is if we could get to my house quickly, I could show you guys, but basically what I've been doing is I've been collecting the photographs of the villagers that I want to move out. The only one I can't seem to get is Marina's. For some reason, Marina will not give me her photograph, and I've been trying forever now. And so basically, in the upper room of my house, I have a bunch of photographs. I have a bunch of pictures of my villagers. Some of them are the villagers that I'm keeping, like that's just kind of how it happened while I was trying to collect everybody's photos and stuff like that. But I would suggest like to get that, you know, as a little memory. So I have Meringue's photo and I'm moving out Meringue. I have Sherb's photo and I'm moving out Sherb. I have Audie's photo and I'm moving out Audie. And then hopefully by the time I'm ready to move out Marina, she'll cooperate. So yeah, that's basically all that I'm thinking about right now in terms of the Sanrio card process. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that this helped helped you with your like planning process and everything like that. There's not really anything else that I'm gonna say, but I would suggest on that very first day, like today's my first day of having them, on that very first day, start ordering stuff. Just so like if you don't time travel, because I don't time travel, right? You can start to basically like put in the process. So I'll buy the first 5 items and then maybe also like make a mark of what you already have so you don't buy multiple. Like I'll probably have multiple, like I'll probably buy 2 planters or something like that, but to just like make sure, see, so we're already at 5 items, so I already did 5 right there, unless I ordered something maybe from over here earlier. But yeah, basically try to like do a little bit of this every day, and so eventually you'll have all the items. Now there are a lot of items, so if you want to time travel, I'm not judging you, but personally for me, I do want to just like sort of wait and get a little bit each day and stuff like that. But yeah, that is all from me, guys. Let me know if you have any questions. Like I mentioned at the beginning, you guys should join the Discord server because I will be like basically putting a lot of my villagers in boxes, and I know like for Sherb, for example, Sherb doesn't have an amiibo card, so that's definitely gonna be a big thing, right? And so yeah, you guys should join the Discord server to connect with me on that, and that is basically it from me. I hope that you guys enjoyed, and I will see you later. Bye!